everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back. Goes real quick, doesn't it? Tea Toast and Honey, thank you for the 30-month resub. Appreciate it. Yeah, Fathom Dweller, I don't really remember doing it. I remember there was stuff to do. Definitely happened back in Legion. I might have even done a video back then. Hard to say. I did a lot more of those at that time. Morning, good morning. Oh, man. How you guys doing today? How's your week going? You're right in the middle of it if you do a Monday to Friday. I am planning on playing Remix today. I just, I hadn't been on WoW in a couple days, and I was popping on my main to check my mail and, you know, admire my new title and jetpack that we got last week. Apparently I have a vault? That doesn't sound right. I've got some weeklies to turn in from last week. This is a Shadowlands shirt. Yeah, this is a Covenants t-shirt. Shadowlands was the last time that I bought any WoW merch, so I have like a few different Shadowlands shirts and then nothing newer. What are we doing? Was I opening a cache or something? Yeah. I guess I could always try and... Holy moly! Holy mackerel, Nordrasil! Whoa. I'm gonna blink the sleep out of my eyes. 50 gift subs. Holy mackerel. Holy carp. That's gotta be everybody here. Oh, thanks. To what do I owe the pleasure? My goodness. You've gifted a total of 565 lifetime gift subs. Holy moly. At 700 verse level, think I can run through all the raids with my eyes closed. I see the boss shapes in my food and drink. The FOMO-verse grind is getting weird. You look in your coffee and there's just Kill Jaden down there. The other day I was pulling up my Miscellaneous Mechanica just because I wanted to carry it around with me. I swear I'm playing Remix. I'm definitely not just going to do all my weeklies on retail. I should log on to Crawdad so I can just start doing what I said I'm going to do. I've got 4 Miscellaneous Mechanica. I only need 83 more, you know, we're almost there. Oh, you can gift 1,000 subs now for $5,000. Oh boy. Oh man. Let's see, we're gonna get 2 chests of gold. 3 chests of gold. I might hold on to a little bit of my gold, you know, for I was gonna say midnight, but pretty much just for housing. I was thinking about housing early access starting really soon, because that's next week. This is the last week of streams without it. That's starting next week. And and then I was looking at like the release schedule and I was thinking about beta and I'm like, once I have housing, that's all I really want. I don't even need midnight. I mean, I guess they're gonna do it anyway, but you could realistically release housing, call it a day, and I would be happy as a clam indefinitely. Alright, let's just hop on Crawdad. These alts are no longer on Remix. This one is. This guy, level 22, I was leveling him to be a scribe. Should I just do that? Yeah, what the hell. Let's do that. Let's see. Pilgrims daily on all of your alts, new items? Oh, but I wanted to do Remix today. I don't know anything about that. Let me look it up. I'm not in the mood to change my mind though. I'm tired today. Pilgrims... oh, no. You gotta do more than just Google Pilgrims, Hazel. That's not gonna get you where you're trying to go. Pilgrims Bounty. Wow. There we go. November 23rd through November 30th. Oh, there are backpacks. This year, the reward satchel for the daily quest has a chance to contain the backpack. Well, I already missed like most of the events, so, you know, why bother? What do they want me to do for the daily? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on this guy and I'm gonna fly him out, I think, to whatchamacallums? Emerald Dream? Because that's where I would start. I like doing the raids in order if I'm gonna do them. I got flight paths? Yeah. We got flight paths. Bread backpacks. Very boring flying around cooking. Craft food handed in. We'll see how many house-only recluses come out of the woodwork. Won't the house-only recluses be going back into the woodwork? They'll get their woodwork and they'll retreat into it, never to be seen again. Oh, yeah. New chance to contain the cosmetics. I mean, the backpacks do look nice. Yeah, look at this. Is you gotta with the bread. It's got a loaf of bread. Oh, it's got a turkey leg. What else does it have? I guess that's supposed to be a cookbook. It's a book with a big fork on the front of it. There's some cutlery. The cutlery is cute. Some measuring spoons, also kind of cute. My rare scanner is going off. I don't know. It is the kind of thing I like. I don't know. I'm gonna do this for a while. Did you miss me? Alola. Flying around looking for the elusive quick hoof, so that's not better. FOMO at the moment off the charts. I might just let those ones go. It's so late in the event. There's 4 days left. I don't have extra want in me to want the stuff, you know? Able to get my last 2 colors and 1 alt yesterday. Messy UI. Whose UI is messy? My UI should go in the UI Hall of Fame as an iconically legendary and famously not messy UI. Oh, Lord, thanks for the bits. All the stuff in 40 hand-ins over 8 alts took a few hours. I do have alts. Wolf Cloud, thank you for the 34-month resub. Appreciate it. Look like me when I go to Whole Foods buy one of the giant baguettes that doesn't fit in the bags. Hello, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, I might talk myself into doing those. We'll see. I need more time to wake up first. I'm not ready for that. I want a normal Emerald Nightmare group. That would be nice. I'm going to pretend to DPS. I am level 22, so I'm not really doing much here. Emerald Nightmare normal. Not as many groups for this anymore. Oh, Humongous is up. Declined! Oh. Maybe I should do, if Humongous is really up today. Oh man, I gotta turn Rare Scanner off. This is a nightmare. I should maybe do that, even if I did do it on, I guess this character could do it too. I need it for the achievement. It's the last world boss I need for my achievement. It would give me some bronze. Feeling compelled to do BFA time walking right now, and I don't know why, but I've been regretting my choices. The thing didn't start yet, right? The turbulent timeways. Maybe I should boycott that too. I know I want to do that for, Kitty, I'm right here! Is Humongous not up? I thought it was up. Well, now I don't know. Starts next week, we still have time walking now. Because I know I, like, should do time walking during the turbulent thing to get the, well, my 1 free mount out of 4 of them. I guess it really only saves, you do, what, 5 weeks of time walking, and then it saves you, I guess, 5,000 badges. It's quite a few. Here's only, you can't, I'll give them this, you can't say, they really don't want me in this group. I guess I could make my own group. Start a group. Here, let's make sure we're on raid difficulty normal. Normal. Yeah, and remind me how full I make this, 30 people? Might be able to get the others on alts. We aren't sure yet, though. Maybe. Hopefully we get, like, at least 1 or 2 people that are leveled. Yeah. Leveled and geared would be nice. Now, we were just talking about the Pilgrim's Bounty back pieces. I haven't done any Pilgrim's Bounty, and I'm feeling a little discouraged about starting. Yeah, there we go. There's the 740. We can fill this up to 30, right? $21, $22, $23, $24, $5. I think it'll delist me once I'm too full for the group. They're not gonna prank me. No RC loop canceled. 6. People are typing one for summons and no one's even offered any yet. I don't have any summon things. Oh, this guy does though. That's good. Yeah, see? Not so bad. This happened to me too when I decided to try to be a group leader. Yeah, I mean, this tune is so brand new. He doesn't really have very... I have a Scroll of Battle Shout, which I don't... We have a warrior. He'll probably use his buff. I have 1 Drake Street, you know, like we're baby. If you keep your Mog in your bags, you get those items in all difficulties if you convert your tune. I thought that you get them in all difficulties when you learn them. I thought they'd already patched that in. Who knows? We'll see if I can even keep up and not die on this character. I have not seen the new Blizz Shop hoodie. I haven't. My remixer hit 736 last night, so close. Oh yeah, you're almost there. Nice. Oh, there's Nordrassil's bits. That's from 5 minutes ago. My alerts are sleepy today. Holy moly. Got 740. Flop era officially over. That's what I thought when I got to 740. I found out that they apparently need verse or something. Merkalot, thank you for the 61-month resub. Appreciate it. Your bounty experience can't have been as bad as me searching for over 15 hours for a gnome rogue. Needed for an achievement to get an old pet. Found every other gnome. Gnome rogues are really hard. Not a whole lot of people play gnomes in the first place. I mean, my Pilgrim's Bounty experience is that I haven't had one yet. I didn't really think about it being Pilgrim's Bounty. I think I vaguely like heard something and then I don't know. I put up my Christmas tree. I had some company. What else did I do? I spent a day like cleaning the house properly, which I hadn't really done like top to bottom in a while. That was nice. Dig hole. You know, busy stuff. Kind of missed the mop days of item level being good enough. That was what I thought I was getting into. When I was gearing up in Remix, I was like, surely when I am 740, I shall be helpful. Nope. Maybe after 100 versatility, I shall be helpful. Nope. I don't know at what point you start feeling actually... Well, like, don't get me wrong. I'm powerful relative to the world. I can go and do stuff in Heroic World tier and it's all fine on my main, but I'm definitely not charting. I'm not clocking on the meters relative to other people that have actually been grinding properly. 400, 600, 700. Got all the 4 commander sets, so I'm satisfied. Nice. Yeah. I'll be happy if I just clear out the vendors at this point and then maybe have a look at what they want me to do for housing, but I'm not really going to stress about that until next week or the week after. Yeah, it probably depends on who you're with. If I queue into like a normal or heroic dungeon and I'm the only level 80 on my main, then I feel pretty good. Alright, all here. Doing all the class hall quest lines. It's brutal. It's Trying to get all the artifacts I'm missing, starting to lose it, so I don't know anymore. That must be at least a good way to get bronze, too. Keeping up with the bulk of remix raids are hard enough without 400 first. So many fast DHs, clobber, and everything. Yeah, my main goal as a leveling character here is just to be in the group, which I've accomplished by creating the group, and then to just run, press W, Angelic Feather, try not to fall behind. Try not to, another good one will be try not to, whatchamacallit, die to trash. Like, you want to keep up, but you don't want to have aggro. Is tricky. It's nice when you have carries like I think we have in here that are going to clear the trash for the general safety of the squishies. Because I'm pretty squishy. This should be a pretty good experience though. A good normal raid clear. Bronze stops mattering really quickly. Maybe to you. I need more of it and it's the only thing I need left, so it feels fairly important to me. We might have a mildly different experience. How about that talent that makes you go faster? Oh, body and soul, yeah. I may or may not have that. I can't be bothered to put my talent points in. You level so fast that they harass you all the time, and you can only do them out of combat, and there's so many things to like. It's annoying. Oh, hey, I got a quest then. Kind of got everything I want and some extra, but I'll keep it remixed because I genuinely cannot imagine going back to Koresh. I can't imagine continuing to play Remix once I have everything. I guess it might be different if I had, like, got 1,000 power. Like, then it might be fun just to run around for the hell of it. Maybe. Maybe not. I need to in Koresh. I still need to do my, I need to do Pinnacle Cache. My Wriggling Pinnacle Cache to get my duplicate pet. The one that I put up didn't even sell. It didn't even have the dignity to sell. I got a duplicate pet last week for like the 6th, some insane amount of weeks in a row. I still need 6 more things from that cache that it won't give me any of them. It just keeps giving me the same 3 things over and over again. One of them being a mount that you can't even learn twice. And I posted one of my dupes, and I posted it pretty cheap, and it did not sell. I tried to sell it for 7K, which was the cheapest region price at the time. There was not a cheaper one in all of North America, and it still didn't sell. Guild's working on the Glory Achieves in Remix for something to do. Forgot about those pets. There's too much to do. The cache doesn't take super long to do every week, but it's just a matter of remembering, which is hard when there's a bunch of other stuff going on. Did one for 5K, didn't sell either. I could usually get them to go at 5K, usually. But I'm mad that I have to sell them so often. I just want to get different ones that I can keep them. That would be better. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? We're all in the housing waiting room anyway. That's nice. Big chunk of experience there. Another big chunk of experience there. Pop a cloak on. Listed for 1K. I'll log on to Lightbringer and flip it. That's so kind of you. Wow. There we go. Da, 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 da. So we did the bear and we're going up the hill. Hop on the mail. I started at level, I think, 22. So I'm keeping an eye on how much I'm going to get from a whole clear of EN. It should be decent. And then it should get us enough levels to get into some of the other raids too. Bought my 4th Warbank tab today, currently reserved for Pilgrim's Bounty turn-in items. Nice. How much is tab 4? I don't even have tab 3. Tab 4 sounds scary. 500K. I mean, it is nice. You got it now. You'll have it forever. I do think about that every now and then. I think I'm prepared to, not that I have the gold, but when I do, invest it in outfit slots for the next version of the transmog system, but because for that same logic, like you buy this and then you can use it on all of your characters for the rest of your WoW career. Makes sense to invest in it early, but I feel like I'm more likely to use outfit slots than I am more bank tabs right now. You get more mogs when you are leveling as people are staying dead. I think people are probably doing a lot of little finicky collecting things that I have no plans to do. I think if I can get enough bronze to clear out the vendors and then do whatever housing achievements they want, I'll be happy. And while fascinating, will not be engaging in any other finicky little things. They did announce the costs going down 60% for the new mog system. Yeah, that's good. The original numbers were a bit much. I think people were also misunderstanding and thinking they were per character, but they were still a bit heavy even with all of that. And the cost to like adjust something in an outfit was a bit crazy too. GG Britt, thank you for the 42-month resub. Hi Hazel, hope you're well. Hello. I want to get a bunch of different... I want to set up basically a different outfit for every context that they let us set up an outfit for, at least on my main. And then see how long it takes for me to get bored of one of them. They were per character. I don't think they were intended to be, though. I think that was just like a quirk of beta. But yeah, that's a good distinction. Maybe they were intended to be, and they were just like, and they just pretended that they weren't. No, guys, that was never gonna be individual. There's no way. How mad are you? Alrighty, off the cliff. Some of it felt like this just has to be beta being beta. First implementation in beta. Yeah. Yeah, there's always gonna be weird stuff like that. I think for a lot of people it's still going to work out to be cheaper overall than changing your transmog all the time. Especially, I mean, I guess it depends on how often someone likes to change their transmog. You know, there's people that will stick one outfit on for a whole expansion. and then that's it. That's what they got. And those people are going to make out like bandits. Hope they had profession context like fishing. I thought they had it. I guess I'm not 100% sure. I caught you live for a bit. How's Miss K and Mr. M? They're good. Miss K is right by my feet right now. She was thinking about getting up in my lap, but she hasn't committed yet. Do you want up? Kitty, do you want up? There's a lap available. Wonder how Trial of Style would work? I can't imagine it would be much different. One quirk of Trial of Style is that during Trial of Style, transmog has been free, so as to not punish people for changing their outfit for Trial of Style. They usually make all mog free for the whole duration of the event, so I expect that'll work just the same. Hey chat, hey Hazel, hello Sierra, how you doing? People who like to make whole new outfits all the time that'll pay extra, yeah. And I'm wondering if having multiple outfits that can auto switch based on context will kind of like soothe my desire to have to switch so often. I think that might be the case. Oh yeah, I need to run this in here, that's right. Does make me feel even better as a void elf. I like to change my mog a lot. Doesn't want up my lip. That's okay. I'll get over it. I'll just cry for a little bit. Level 30. Did I dream this, or is T-mogging becoming free anyway? So there were headlines about it. It's not becoming free, but what they're doing is they're making it so if you have an outfit transmogged, it mogs to the armor slot rather than to the specific item, so that if you're getting upgrades, you don't have to continue to remog. So if you're the kind of person that puts on one outfit and wears it forever, you're going to put that one outfit on, and then it will be free because you'll never have to update it to any future armor that you put on. But it'll still cost gold to change it, and also there's like different outfit slots you can unlock to save different outfits that auto switch. And you'll need to pay once to unlock those if you want lots of those. A few of them are free, but you can get more for gold. Something along those lines. Yeah. I think I'm excited about it overall. The new UI looks pretty swanky. It definitely looks more modern. I think it's easier to navigate? I guess I'm not sure. Mog searching has always been a bit of a mess because of how much Mog there is. Good, good. Bonus experience. Some feet. Make sure I don't fall behind while I'm sorting through my bags. Not worth it. JG Britt, are you leveling a warlock in this group, or is there just somebody with a name that's like yours? Also, the root boss gets me every time. Have you found the changes to, how have you found the changes to healing? It seems fine. It's a little dull. But I have only played with one set of talents on one spec of healers, so it's too early to give a scathing indictment of the whole thing. Took me a minute to sort out how the situational rules worked, but otherwise pretty easy. It's Hazel time. Hi, Mochi Hearts. How you doing? Is it time to go to some areas? I think it is. I have a warlock. I have at least one. Might have a couple. I have a character named Boy. I got the name Boy, B-O-Y Boy, on Lightbringer on a male gnome. So I made that into a warlock on impulse once I realized the name was available, and he's been a treasured alt ever since. Not me, not a warlock fan. What is the name? Oh, it's just JG Lock, or it's JG6. I'm assuming some people are just doing numerical naming for their remix alts. I want to wear this one as a trinket. Yeah, it might actually help me survive. You see the new thing where you can gift 1,000 subs. I heard someone mentioned earlier in chat. That's aggressive. Imagine that it was JG Britt. That would be creepy. Summary of healing changes. It's not so much changes to healing overall as it is just class changes and class simplification. Holy Priest, along with most other classes, are getting pruned a little bit. You don't have quite as many buttons to interact with, so it just feels a bit different. How do you thank someone for gifting $6,000 worth in subs? I think the same way you thank somebody for one. That's the thing. It's not really any different. It's what would motivate someone to give a streamer that amount of money in one go, unless they're just really wealthy and, I don't know, wanting to toss it into the ecosystem of people. It's a bit strange. Money laundering. Doesn't money laundering need you to get the money back somehow? Better to tip at that point? Oh, probably. Because Twitch takes a cut. That's probably why Twitch has decided to do it, is if they think that if they think that people won't be outraged at it and find it super predatory, then they'd rather have their cut, because it's probably true that people that want to do mega donations are just going straight through PayPal or something and bypassing the Twitch cut. Leveled my second remix character to 80 over the weekend. It was wild gaining a level each time we killed a raid boss. Yeah. Would you love us more if we were really wealthy and spent it all on you? I would much rather have a larger group of people that support me a teeny tiny reasonable bit than like 3 people that support me an insane amount, because this is like socially chill. You know, I don't feel like I'm taking advantage of you or you're taking advantage of me. We're just all kind of hanging out of our own will and moderate level of like time investment. It gets a bit weird when anybody's in for like a full-time amount of money without anything to ostensibly gain for it. There's a reason that free things with no catch feel uncomfortable, is because there's usually a catch, and if there isn't, then someone's being taken advantage of. Do you know what plots you want to put your home on? I don't have one picked out. I had an area in mind, and then I made a house on beta. And now I don't know. I might just kind of wing it. I might just kind of YOLO based on what's available when I log in on the day in my guilds thing. Thank the nice people. And then let's go back to town. We're up to level 35. Got about 13 levels from that raid. Do you feel pressure to perform at top level all the time? I mean, I got bad news for you. This is the top level. I don't think you're getting any more out of me, no matter how much anyone pays me. I think this is what we have to give. This is about as good as it gets. I don't have some secret well of bonus personality that I haven't unveiled yet. Stream represents a decent chunk of my entertainment time. I have an interest in seeing it continue. Love the one next to a barn. I like the beachy ones, but apparently I don't like it when they're on the sand because and maybe they'll fix this, but the outdoor decor was like hovering over the sand in a really awkward way. Let's pick this one. Sometimes people like to show gratuity for streamers, an important part of people's social and mental well-being. That's true. I need to at some point unwrap my thoughts about streaming and what I do and what my role is, because I think part of my own self-sabotage is that I don't know if I really believe in what I do. I'm not sure that I'm convinced that it's a net good for humanity, and I need to either talk myself into that or, more likely, let go of the need to be a net good to humanity. You know, a lot of other people don't seem all that worried about it, so maybe I should just chill. Maybe some things can just be fun and they don't have to be important. What are we doing? Just grab some gear. Like your energy level, it suits mine. Plus, you talk about cats. Razor and Shores plays with a diving board, I will love it. You play WoW so I don't have to. I think you dismiss yourself too much. It's not, don't get me wrong, I'm not that humble. I think that I'm pretty good at what I do. And I know that it's important to people and that people appreciate it. It's just, there's something a bit, it's also new, relatively. Like this, it's this thing of like, what are you selling? Are you selling the illusion of friendship? Are you providing the illusion of social connection? Are you selling yourself as a personality? Like, it's not inherently unethical, but there's layers of it that feel skeevy, I guess. And I think that's why I pull back from doing a lot of the, like, that's why I don't take sponsorships and I don't, like, I haven't sold merch in years and I don't really do sub goals and stuff. And it's not that those things ruin streams for people, and Lord knows we have ads, but there's something about it that I haven't made peace with. Because it feels like you're taking advantage of people that are lonely. And I know that you guys aren't, like, inherently lonely. Like, there's lots of good reasons to be here. And I'm also projecting because I'm lonely. So I get a lot out of this, too. And this is, like, I see most people and see most of my human speech and interaction through a screen. But I know on some level that's messed up. And you start to wonder if providing, like an online free light version of it doesn't discourage people from trying to go out and make real connections that are actually going to be useful to them, because there's real limits and boundaries to what I can provide for people. Because I'm pretty, for good reason, I'm pretty militant about my boundaries. I do what I do and I don't do anything else. But anyway, that's kind of heavy. I don't have to deal with that on stream. I need to deal with that in like a journal or something. We're gonna pull this apart. But it's not great right now because I'm just kind of doing half a job and then wonder why it's not going better, you know. Should I do a dungeon? Random heroic? I don't know. Sometimes they don't go well. Sometimes they're tough. Spooky2, thank you for the 40-month resub. Appreciate it. Some streamers do go a bit too hard in the self and it gets a bit much as a consumer. Yeah. And different people will want different things from their streamers too. Like something that is too much for some person is going to be not enough for someone else. Different people expect different things, so all you can really do is do what you're gonna do, and then people will check in or out as they want, which is fine. But I guess I don't know. I don't know what I really want to do, and nothing is not a valid answer if I want to pay my mortgage. Here we go. I can't just exist as a benevolent woods fairy and just assume that I'm going to be able to continue to afford things. Here we go. I think we should just go to... We got 11k bronze from that. We can go to Trial of Valor. Trial of Valor's not very long, though. Infinite Research is pretty good. Oh, Nordrizzle, thank you very much for the gift subs. Appreciate it. Learn a lot about the game through you. I used to be better at guides and stuff. I'm not bad at them now, but I'm not as checked into knowing what's going on. You guys had to tell me about Pilgrim's Bounty. Supporting my favorite benevolent Woods Fairy. Holy moly. Finally getting my first time walker to the point where I can solo dungeons. Definitely haven't had the time to put into it like I did in Panda Remix. Yeah. What if I also queue as a healer? Is that going to be a much faster queue? It is, yeah. You just hope that someone's gonna do damage. A lot of these dungeon groups now, you'll get into them and you'll realize that there's no one in there. Everyone's leveling and everyone's expecting someone to carry, but nobody's actually prepared to carry. And then you either leave, or what I've been doing, you stick it out and you make some new friends because you're gonna be in there for a while. You really figure out what your baby little character can do. They leave, yeah. I've seen quite a few people cycle out. I have seen people stick around and finish it, though. I've definitely had people stick around and finish those super slow dungeon runs with me. And, like, wait for people to catch up. And, like, not everybody is just trying to burn through and leave everyone behind. There are people out here who are trying to work together. You know, overcome the common goal. Alright, fingers crossed we've got someone in here who can... Oh, I saw a big chunk of damage. That's promising. Made it to 80 in my first, since then been dealing with carpal tunnel. Ooh, oh, that's no fun.
Charging. Move.
What do you do? I was in a raid and they waited before the bosses pulled and even summoned people who were behind before they started. An LFR raid. It doesn't take a whole lot of people. I mean, it only takes one person to pull it, but it's usually if one or two people are prepared to wait for people, it will come together. It's kind of nice. Tanked a heroic Violet hold without realizing the tank left after the first boss. Seen some tanks trying to mass pull dungeons in retail when you really still can't, finding out the hard way that not everything is like it is in Remix. Yeah. That happened at the end of Mop Remix as well. There were people that just did not understand. Where's my macro? I made him a macro. Well, it's gone. I really should just keep one in my, I should just keep an Angelic Feather macro in my general macros, because I'm always trying to grab it for something. Oh well, he can cast it on the floor like some kind of manual floor casting feather user. 33 verse, I was not the tank. Oh man. With a lot of verse, you might never notice. You might just not realize. Got annoyed with the tank. He ran so fast, all I did was aggro the mobs and leave them to kill the littles. Yeah. I'm usually the little being killed. I'm just gonna click that off, and then we use our get out of priest free button. There we go. Seen returning players at dungeon level to 80 and are disappointed they have to do the leveling campaign as well as the Koresh one to be able to properly do endgame. Yeah. I wonder if they'll ever relax that. I've always just kind of done all the campaigns as part of like leveling originally when the expansion first comes out, and then I never really think again about it being required, but I wonder if Blizzard is ever going to make it a little bit more flexible so people can just jump in and out to the content they want. I don't really see the point of like making people do the questing. It's not like you're gonna make people learn what's going on. I am living proof that you can do all of the questing and have no idea what's going on. I don't know what a lot of verse is. I don't know. A couple hundred. one of those. Finally got back into it. Got the wrap to finish the main storyline. Why did the Reichel turn into seaweed? Oh man, I need to wake up. To get to the other side is not a valid answer to that joke. I can't even make it
Shockwave.
clever. I don't have any connections that can make that clever. Yeah, 999 is the verse cap. Kingsley, you
Shockwave.
don't watch novel vids? I don't watch any WoW YouTube. Not even a little bit. I watch YouTube videos of dogs. And, like, cats. And sometimes fish. I started pulling up aquascaping videos again to get inspired in case I decide to do another aquarium. Not rhetorical, actually wondering. It's kind of cool. You sound like my TikTok feed. I'm trying to enjoy cute animal videos before I'm convinced that they're all fake. Right now, I'm sure some of them are fake, but I'm not. I'm in denial about it. I need to believe they're all real. Aquariums are a trap. Oh, I've kept fish for years. I love freshwater fish keeping. Oopsies, I power infused. I did it. I had a few tanks, and I was really into it in kind of 2018, 2019. In 2020, 2021, during the pandemic, when I moved, I had to get rid of my fish, and I didn't have fish for a few years. And then I was like renting places where I couldn't really have a lot of aquariums, so I just had like one. And I've done fine with that, but now that I have a house, I'm allowed to do whatever I want now. Dangerous, scary, spooky. Axolotl extreme landing curve. Yeah, I told myself I wasn't gonna get a big tank, but then I bought an aquarium stand in a Black Friday sale. And I had my mom over yesterday. I was telling her, yeah, I'm not committed to getting a tank. I just got the stand. Who knows if I'm gonna put a tank on it, you know? Little, I wanted to have a pet killer whale. Just a casual orca. Maybe one day an orca will have a pet me. I'll just go swim in the ocean with them. Fish reveal.
4,
I don't know.
2,
I only have one fish right
1.
now. Her name's Barbara. She's doing her best. Replace one of the walls in the house with an aquarium. A decent amount of bronze, actually. It's not bad. Always wanted to have a pet octopus. Weirdly, octopi, my favorite animal. Yeah, Barb is still around. It is kind of incredible. I've been, to put it tactlessly, kind of waiting for her to die because I was going to set her tank up for a betta fish, but she keeps on keeping on. So maybe if I do a big tank, I might do a big community tank so that she can live with other fish her size and stop being a loner. But she doesn't seem to mind being a loner. She's doing great. There we go. If anything, she's happier than she was when she had friends. Her friends used to harass her all the time. And that one. Okay. Looks like we have 29k bronze. I'm level 39. Do I have any infinite research quest I can pick up here? I don't love this. Give me a new set of assignments. Yeah. General training and killing any enemies. Those are great. Confirmed. Have to name my next pet Barb or Barbara. Finally confirmed my vacation for February. Finally going back to the beach after 12 years. Oh, that's exciting. We haven't met Barb. I think I threw an Instagram story of her up once, like a couple weeks ago. I think she hit the story. Give the stand. Maybe Santa will bring a tank. Doesn't count as you buying it. I don't even know what I want to stock it with yet. I don't know what I want to do. There's a bajillion possibilities. But not in a big hurry. What am I doing? I'm gonna do Trial of Valor, I think is what I'm doing here. We can... I mean, maybe it's best if I'm sitting in healer specs so that I can heal myself if I get into danger trouble. Barb after the Stranger Things character, I assume. No, it's because she's a barb fish. There was a whole pack of them. They were cherry barbs. She's still a cherry barb. She's just the last of her kind now. But all of the ladies, I named them all Barbara because I thought that was fun. And now that she's the only one left, she is Barb. Barb the Barb. I have the creativity of a toddler. I did get all the Deathless TOV runs, actually. I did, bizarrely enough. I didn't think I was going to. I didn't really want to, but then they just kept happening. Window opening weather here, 65 Fahrenheit. Oh, wow. Oh, couldn't do that here. It's a little chilly. Itsy bitsy chilly. Not too bad. Wet, though. Real wet out there. I want to get more Christmas lights. I want to put them up everywhere. Nothing left for me. Nice. Yeah, they're not too bad. So 29k bronze. Part of the reason I'm leveling this character is I do want to have him sorted out to be my scribe, theoretically. I mainly just thought it would be a good way to get some bronze. We'll see what his bronze is at when he gets to 100, or not to 100, to level 80. Did it snow in the mountains near you? I haven't looked. Jealous of 65 Fahrenheit, 46 Fahrenheit here, sweater weather. I don't know why I do this to myself. What I should do is I should list the group, and then once I get a bunch of people in there, just type 1 in the chat over and over again until someone summons me to my own raid. I just feel bad. I guess I could look to see if I can get into one. It's possible that I can't. Let me see. Trial of Valor normal. Max character level in Midnight? I'm assuming 90. I actually don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I just figured we were gonna do another 10. Oh, nice. I got invited. Wow. Want to put up Chrissy Decas? 30 to 40 Celsius here. I did my tree yesterday. My mom came to visit for the day and we decorated my tree and stuff. It was really nice. But I put up all my stuff and it decorated like a third of a room, so I need more stuff if I want to make it feel real festive. I want this. Oh, wow, thanks. Make your own raid. Name it the Hazelnutty Raid. With squirrels. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just stay in healing spec. No one needs healing, but that's fine. No one needs my damage either. Wonder if they're gonna let us get to 100 and Lost Titan or gonna squish us. Big proponent of Christmas lights all year round. Yeah. I feel like if they're like, if we're talking like outdoor string lights, it might be better for them to leave them outside all year round than it is to take them down and then put them back up again. Because like, yeah, they might break being outside for a whole year. But you know what else breaks them is moving them around a bunch and sticking them in storage and pulling them back up. It seems like they break half the time anyways, so may as well save yourself the work and YOLO it next year. I love lights. They're my favorite part of the decorations. Other stuff is nice too. I like all the sparkly shiny stuff, but the lights are what makes it real special. Leave them up when you turn them on during the long dark. I like that, the long dark. Keen for WoW housing, deal with none of that. I might spend more time decorating my WoW house than I do decorating my actual house. Like, yeah, sure, you can just pop something on or off real easy when it's digital, and you have a lot more storage space, but you have so many options and things to mess with. You could potentially take a very long time. Well, I'm glad they killed him, because I wasn't about to get out of that. Simple for me and my squirrel brain. Christmas lights are pretty, and I like pretty. Hey, there's a belt. Yeah. Setting up a virtual window is way less work than IRL window. And less money. However, when you have windows and then like 30,000 different types of things you could set up in your digital house, and in your real house you're like, well, I guess I could get a towel bar so I have someplace to hang my hand towel. It's not as many different things to play with, you know? WoW housing gives me anxiety purely because of how much choice there is, yeah. It's not infinite options, and it'll be, like, as little choice as we're ever going to have when it first comes out, because that's the fewest amount of decorations we'll ever have to work with. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger over time as we get more and more things to play with. For forever and ever, amen. I really shouldn't have done this. I should not be healing people. I'm going to do it. I'm going to heal it. We're going to do it. I shouldn't have. Because now it won't let me use the portal. I think the stuff's dying, though. There we go. Little buzz cable. It's been doing that. It's just an old cable. I can adjust it. I will hopefully not make it worse. I haven't been able to fix it. I should probably just replace the whole thing. You can put up decorations at your garrison. 1,000 type of Talabars and Amazon. Yeah, but there's only like 5 at Home Depot. And also my mom says she randomly has like an extra brand new one that she got that she doesn't need, so I'm just gonna use that. Headphones are dying. I'm out. Have fun, guys. See you later. Wildlit housing is less than a week away. Yeah, we finally made it. We waited. Here's an upgrade for you. Experience. It's level 41. I don't want it. Kind of like healing these raids. Assuming I don't aggro anything that I shouldn't do anyway. Turkey Day tomorrow. Happy early Thanksgiving to our US friends. Hope your cooking goes smoothly. May the dishes be done by a wide assortment of people. And may all the yams turn out good. I like yams. I cook with yams a lot. Although I can't say I've ever put marshmallows on them. I know that's the thing people do. It's always confused me. Marshmallows are candy. And yams are vegetables. I think. There's no seeds in them. I think. I was reading some webpage that was trying to tell me that peas were a fruit because they have seeds. And I guess I get it, but really sent me around the bend a little bit. All right. Thank you, everybody. Another bonus XP. Nice ring. Didn't have any rings yet. And then we can head back. Doing most of my cooking today, so it's less scary tomorrow. Dishwashing machines on Turkey Day are OP. Love having a dishwasher. One day I will get mine replaced. It's been so long since I've had a dishwasher, I've kind of forgotten what it's like. I'm gonna have to do that one day. Well, I don't have to, but I will probably get around to that one day. Who cleans the dishwasher? I mean, it's a good idea to double check it if you've never cleaned it. They can grow some real stuff under there, and they've got filters that catch stuff that you should probably maybe get cleaned. Mine cleans itself. Fancy. I had a slime mold grow in a dishwasher once, and that is a memory that will never leave me. It smelled so bad, and it was so big and weird and gross looking. I had been chasing this mystery smell in my kitchen for weeks, and I like deep cleaned the fridge and the fridge coils, and I did the sink, and I did the garbage disposal. This was years ago in the States. And I did the cupboards, and I couldn't figure out what smelled so bad. And then I took apart the bottom of the dishwasher, and there was like a big slime mold just living down there. Freaky. Read the Wikipedia page for those if you want to give yourself some nightmares. What is it? We can't decide. It's gross is what it is. Okay. I could do Night Hold. See if we can get into a Nighthold. I would love to get into that one because they say they're carrying. You tame it? Slime molds are fascinating. They are really interesting. They're not quite like anything else. Did they add... I don't know what SMT is. One remix. Unless it's just shorthand for something. Oh, thanks for the sub. Hello. You got Nordersill to thank for that one. Big bunch of gift subs today. Yesterday I made grilled salmon sandwiches. I did like a chili cumin rub on the salmon, and then I grilled it on like a panini press situation, and then I did it with like a garlic aioli, and I had some fresh tomatoes and spinach, and I did like the toasted ciabatta bun. Where am I going? I'm lost. It was yummy. It's nice having a freezer full of salmon. Oh wow, thanks. Jump from slime mold to salmon was wild. A lot of the same letters. I wonder if that's why that happened. Level 43 now. Nighthold should be a good chunk of XP because there's so many bosses. They did an experiment where they made a miniature map of the Tokyo subway system with mold food at the station locations, and the mold grew identically to the actual rail lines. That's terrifying. Both delicious treats. Mold is sentient? Fungus in general is really interesting. All of the natural decomposers are really cool. I'm surprised this group doesn't have more people in it. You'd think lots of people would want to get into it. I guess they delisted. Maybe they don't want a big group. He looks so dumb without being mogged. The default gear he's wearing does not go at all. Oh, he died. Wow. Huh. They only have one carry, sometimes they do a small group. Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder if the other bosses were gonna AoE that hard? That was funny. The boss died really fast, but so did almost everybody. It scared me. At first I thought we were wiping. Everything in the room exploded, including the boss. Stands super far back. I just want to make sure I don't get so far behind that I can't like keep up and loot bosses and stuff. You know what I should do is I should just Guardian Spirit myself at the top of the fight. I guess no one's technically tanking, so that's another thing. Not that I'm liable to pull aggro. We'll get mailed. The bronze won't. And I need bronze. I think the bonus experience might not either. I'm not sure. But I know there's a reason why I want to keep up and not just sit at the beginning. Get 0 experience if dead. I did get to level 49. Maybe that was just now from this guy. We might be able to get to 80 just with raids today. Because after this we have technically all of Tuma Sargeras. And then I guess we can do Antorus too? I don't see why not. I think you can do all of them on normal. pre-80. I think we can just keep going. Got 35k bronze. I'm hoping that it's like a lot of bronze once you get to 80, because it's not that much bronze right now. And Taurus requires 80? Okay. Well, that's probably for the best. I don't really want to try to do Iminar on a low B. I don't even like doing Iminar on Crawdad. I die anyway. Hi, Hazel. We just got official release date for Midnight. Let me look. Let me look. March 2nd, huh? It's actually long farther away than I thought, if that's true. Let me see. Midnight release date. WorldOfWarcraft.com. Marmo, thank you very much for the 78-month resub. Boop beep. Thank you very much. Long time to stick with me. Nopsolini, thanks for giving out a gift sub. Announcement trailer. Let me see. News. Midnight goes live March 2nd. That's nice. It gives me lots of time to play with housing before I have to worry about new content. Yeah, because housing early access comes December 2nd. So all of December, January, and February. You got 3 full months to play with that before you have to go do Midnight. On holiday, March 2nd. No! Oh yeah, and then 3 days early access. Midnight will be available on bracket insert date. I think somebody didn't fully upgrade this article before pressing publish. Early access is 3 days. Yay. Here's the article I'm looking at. You guys can dig through for all of the key bits if you like. I don't want to fall too far behind in this remix I'm doing, or this remix raid. Early access is just in time for my birthday, February the 20th. A long article. That's longer that's farther away than I thought it was going to be. I figured they were going to release the expansion in like February, maybe even early February. That's about a month later than I expected. It's good if they think they need the time to like get it right, and to like keep iterating on things like the add-ons and the UI and the class changes. I think that's good. Better not to rush it. Plus, at least as far as I'm concerned, they have correctly ascertained that I'm going to be busy with housing. Happy it's not until March. Yeah. Lots of time. Although, I'm sure it's going to go super fast. Look at me smiting like it matters. A little more time with my adults. Ring number 2. It's already almost December, which is scary. Yeah. That's kind of crazy. Did you guys see the December trading post? They put it up a few days ago. It was cool. I actually like quite a few things from it. I might end up spending more than I make again. I want the moose mount for sure, and the pet, and then maybe one of the sets with the big winter coat on it. I do like that. I could see myself using that. Checked it yesterday and it wasn't up. I saw an article. Hang on. Maybe they took it down? No, it's right here. Little seal is so cute. This bundled up Bob or something like that. Some kind of bee name. Yeah, I think I'll find different things, lots of things that I can buy. It's reinforcing my desire to hold off on things that I It's reinforcing my desire to hold off whenever I'm not fully sold on something, because having done that gives me lots of tinder to spend when there's really good months. It seems to kind of come in waves. Like, I'll either like a theme and I'll want a bunch of stuff from the theme, or I won't like the theme and I won't want any of it. Blue Scarab Mounts looks nice. I wonder if the moose flies. I could find out if I looked up the WoW page for it, but I mean, even if it doesn't fly, I still want it. Haven't bought anything since the Pearlescent set. I have 7k tender. Holy smokes. Thinking of doing a collection of all the things. A lot of content popping up on YouTube. It is inspiring. It's a big project. It'll keep you busy for a long time. Midair with wings out? Of the moose? Not the scarab, the moose. Sorry, I meant the moose when I was talking about the flying mount. The scarab flies, for sure. I had dual wield carrots this month, but I don't tend to buy a lot. Thought the food theme this month was simply odd? Really? I thought it was the best one they've done in forever, and I thought it made sense with the Pilgrim's Bounty and the, you know, the Thanksgiving thing. Gonna be another 2 years and then Last Titan? Yeah, it sounds about right. Am I going up this way? Yeah. Yeah, they've recolored the Sky Witch stuff. Or actually, maybe they haven't even recolored it. Might be the same. Might be just returning. Whoa. Whoa. Preemptive Guardian Spirit. Do moose fly in Canada? Yes. Yeah. That's how Santa brings his presents, actually. It's not reindeer. That's a common misconception. Yeah, I like the new moose, too. We don't have moose here, but I did see elk nearby, just like around in the neighborhood. They're so freaking big. I'd seen them driving by, but I'd never seen any when I was just like standing on the same ground that they were standing on, and they are large. It's like a giga deer. It's like the spirit of Christmas just moseying down the road. You know, reindeer are the same as caribou? I learned that only last year. That I don't know if I knew. Murphy Moose is a Canadian high-wing utility light aircraft produced in kit form by Murphy Aircraft of Chilliwack, British Columbia. Do we know if Midnight is going to have raid renown? I'm sure it will. There's some kind of thing in one of the raids that I was testing where there was like an NPC that was like, aid will be here in 28 days, and we were joking that we should wait for it. So there's one, that's one, I'm assuming, like self-nerfing mechanism that they've put in the raid that doesn't have to do with the renown? But yeah, I guess I don't know. Didn't look too close. Ice Queen wand is pretty cool looking. I don't know if I want any of the weapons, and I'm not sure about the Soaring Sky Fox. It's beautiful, but I have those fox mounts already, so I don't know if I want like another color of them. Bundled up Bob the pet. Confirmed, moose do fly, as do beavers, chipmunks, and otters. You gotta watch out for those flying otters when they're in their mating season. They'll get you. You think it's a rain cloud that's coming over your day at the beach, but it's actually just a horde of angry, amorous flying otters. I need to remember I don't have any infinite power. I don't have the safe landing things. Although I bet you when I use when I get 100 mementos and I use them, that's gonna give me a chunk of power. That'll probably get my basic traits done. At least the ones at the front of the tree, if not the rest of them. Level 64? I feel like I skipped a few. My goodness. Although we're getting close to the end of this raid. There's just 3 more bosses, I think. Yeah, release date announcement trailer. Yeah, we saw it March 2nd. We didn't watch the trailer, but I can't imagine it's going to tell me anything exciting. The Night Spire. Did we do, Botanist? We must have done. Yeah, we did Botanist. I was there. Yeah, I remember to go back at 70 to pick up the thing, exactly. My experience gain is, I think, 280. Maybe a bit more. 287. Not 400, for sure. See if I can heal some of these people. My bars aren't really set up super well. My keybinds are not in the right spot. Just overcrafting the Pilgrim Bounty mats. The 3 backpacks I have. I'm almost annoyed that the backpacks are cute. If they were ugly, it would make it easier for me to not worry about them. I mean, there's always next year. I noticed Thurbs up, so I made a group and it insta-despawns. Oh, that is rude. How dare he. I always see the Sitharv's portal up and I get excited and I just take it without looking around to see if the actual boss is up. And then I have to jump off, sadly, and try not to die, because I don't even know if I get the slow fall if you don't kill Sitharvs. Maybe you do. I put my hoodie around the back of my chair. I'm attached. Oops. Clean up the bags a little bit while we wait for Gul'dan to finish yapping. You're a priest. Yeah. You expect me to remember my buttons? It's a big ask. Sometimes I'll levitate. Remix has actually been really bad for me remembering to levitate because... Oh, that's another reason is I don't have an artifact on right now. I only ever got the Xal'atath, or the Shadow Priest one. Remix has been really bad for me remembering to levitate because my Remix main can just jump off of things with impunity. Doesn't matter. Lives anyways with his thingy. I'm like, where did this dog come from? Oh, it's my dog. Wow. Pippin. Pippin. I don't remember which one that was. It's the same one as like the toy box one, but he's copper. He's different colored. He must be from something else. Whoa. I genuinely might not live. This is some actual healing we have to do. Played a druid so much when I played a different character I threw myself off a cliff and was not able to fly. Am I allowed to? Nope. I couldn't remember if it was a break the tether kind of situation or not. It's okay. I'll get a get up free thing. I'm a big fan of this restitution talent. It's served me well this expansion. Makes me feel a little better. Nice. Thank you very much. Big appreciate. Upgraded ring brings me to level 66. Not quite 70, but not super far off either. Let's get out of here. Take ourselves back to Dalaran. Take a real quick break and have a think about what's next and try not to roll over my cat. Alright, I would love to do something that would, like, quickly give me 4 levels so that I could get to 70 before I get into another raid. Because Tomb of Sargeras is next. This might be not bad, actually. Because that counted for a couple of quests. If I do one more quest, I'll be able to turn in a research quest. Let's pick up this research quest here. These are good XP, and they're good bronze too. Up to 53k bronze. Let me go talk to Khadgar and Dalaran. Artifact weapon quest? Yeah, it would do it, but I don't want to. I don't know why I'm so against doing them. You want... That's not what I want to do. I want to talk with you over here. Any class you don't vibe with at all? Yeah, it's a bunch of them. It's more of a game of exclusion. I like playing ranged. I like playing hybrid classes. I like dot classes. And I like pet classes. So I'll play like your warlock, your priest, your hunter, a little bit of druid. And that's about it. Everything else we just kind of take or leave. Don't know how I wasn't followed to you. I'm in shock. Toes a flex. I've got random favorite mount right now, so it'll pull up basically anything. We've got some 1100 options. Although, actually, not all of them are favorites. Yeah, we're definitely not going to do that. But we can turn in one research quest now. I now know when to put my week off for midnight. Yeah, it was nice of them to give people a bunch of notice, too, because I know people are going to want to book time off. That's a good point. This way. Talk to Eternus again. You probably won't survive in Tomb. Not worth it. Oh. I think I might try it anyway. Let's see. But warriors look so cool. They're good. It's just not my thing. I like them well enough. Okay, so then that gave me a little bit more. Can pick up another one. Pick up this one. Give me a general training. And then turn in this research. And that'll help count towards the general training. And also we get another 2% XP. And that put me level 70, actually. Nice. We didn't have to go do anything else. That's good. So now I can get my extra bonus experience to stack on top. Even with that bonus XP, 70 to 80 still does take some doing. So 57k bronze. That's a big upgrade. That's a big upgrade. Let's get all our stuff put on, and then we'll see if we can make it through Tomb. I don't think I'll survive every boss, but hopefully we still get a good chunk of XP. So surprised that they told us the date this early on. 10 herbs and ore isn't too bad. I also could probably get the herbs and ore thingy. There's a rumor that Hearthstone BGs are being cancelled. I don't know if I believe it. Yeah, it sounds pretty dramatic. I wouldn't say impossible, but I would hold out for more evidence before I had feelings about it. Yeah, I just picked up the extra XP boost for 70 to 80. It just, even with that, it still feels slower. It helps, but it doesn't feel as slow, as quick as it does to get to 70, I found. Just in my own personal experience. I have 376. I've played this too much. You're doing great. Let's head to the Broken Shore. Wouldn't hurt to do some herbs and ore. Quest completed. Maybe we'll get into get into the raid first. At level 51, I thought to help soak the red circles on Kil'jaeden, and this is not recommended. Oh no. Oh dear. Alright, let's see if I can even sneak into one or if I'm gonna have to make my own group. I want a normal tomb. I do not want a sail. Oh, there we go. We're in. We just have to hope it goes well. Grievers, thank you very much for the 6-month resub. Happy half a year. Hi Hazel, how are you? Hello. I'm doing pretty good. I was starting to get into the holiday spirit. I was putting up my Christmas tree yesterday. I was thinking about getting more lights to put up. I was all excited. Plus, the Christmas decorations box was the final box that I hadn't unpacked yet, so now I really have all the boxes open. 290%, but only played one character. That's pretty impressive for just the one character. That's quite good. Let's see, I'm curious if this raid will get me to 80. It might. It could do. I will try not to soak anything. Have you gotten the beta? Yes. I haven't played a ton of it. Add-on which highlights which talents to pick on the tree. That's not an add-on. That's the starter experience. If you pick the starter build at a low level, it'll just tell you what talents to take to stay in the starter build. This one's hard for leveling because it's hard staying alive. Yeah, I think it might be a bit spooky. We'll do our best. Opinions of Midnight so far? Looks good. The main thing I'm excited about is housing. I think that there's a chance that I get a little bit too distracted by housing, and then when Midnight comes out, I'm glad we have 3 months with just housing and not Midnight yet, because otherwise I'm not going to be like ready for it. I'm going to be busy. I liked the raids that I tested. The fights were cool. I'm looking forward to raiding. I haven't tried any of the dungeons yet. Let's pop a couple of these. Make sure I'm in this. We've got some amount of specs. We have Angelic Bulwark. That's good. I don't know if I want to try and play with Power Word Life. 43k? I don't even know how much health I have. They announced the launch date. They did. I hope Blizzard are prepared for how many that's going to log on for housing. The servers might have a rough day or two. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a couple of bad server days when it first comes out, the same way that Legion Remix was bad the first couple of days. I think that might just happen whether they want it to or not. There are worse things than having fun with a new system. This is true. This is true. Anything else that I want to have for safety? Yeah. Housing is instanced. The neighborhoods are instanced out, but that doesn't mean that we still can't heat up a few server rooms. Just people being logged onto those servers in general, I think, can really cause some heat if it's like a wild amount of numbers more people than they're used to. Yeah, no internal testing can prepare for 1 million people doing something at once. Hope they do a few more stress tests. I think it's gonna break. I think it's gonna break, and then they're gonna have a crazy week putting it back together, and then it'll be fine. That's my prediction. We'll see. I could see it just stressing out the login servers independently of like where people are actually playing once they're on, just the amount of people that want to get on and try to get their house staked out. Like a lot of people, there's going to be a bit of a gold rush for people to try to get the plot that they want in the neighborhood that they want. Especially people that are like playing in guilds. And I guess it's going to be somewhat staggered out by the fact that only people with the pre-order for early access are going to be in on the second, like trying to get their plots first, but I think it's going to be a lot of people. I think it's going to be a bit of a a bit stressful for some people that really have their heart set on one plot trying to log in and get it, especially if like you're almost there but the servers are crumbling and they're kicking you out and you know that somebody else wants it. That could be dramatic. WoW Audit has a tool for assigning plots that our guild used. My guild doing a raffle for plots. I think my guild's just gonna do chaos. Yeah, housing early access is for pre-order. So if you haven't pre-ordered Midnight, you can collect furniture, but you won't be able to get your house yet. Better plots if you pay for early access. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, what constitutes a better or worse plot is entirely subjective. So you could get another neighborhood to get the plot you want, but if you want to live in the same neighborhood as your guild, if you play with a guild of people and you want to live in the guild neighborhood and have your guildies be your neighbors, then that wouldn't do you an awful lot of good. Get the basic Midnight Edition for early access housing. Yeah, if you know you're going to play Midnight and you can manage to pre-order, Haley's right. You don't need to get the expensive version in order to do the housing. You could even pre-order the regular version to get into housing, and then if you wanted to upgrade to the fancy one later, you can pay the difference. Can you walk the land? Yeah, so there's a neighborhood. It has some 50-odd different plots on it across a couple of different like styles of area. And at the beginning, they're all going to be like for sale. So you walk up to the one that you want, or you look around for the one that you want. You find an available one and you interact with the for sale sign to claim it as yours. And in that instance of that neighborhood, that is your house and no one else can have it. Bet some guilds will fall apart because of housing plots. My guild tends to get really inactive in the off season, so I don't know if anybody's really thought about how to set it up. Everyone's gone right now. No one's on. No one's doing anything. No one's discussing guild stuff as far as I know. Or if they are, I'm not paying attention. I have a feeling it's just going to be a bit of a YOLO. If your guild has more people than there are plots, it'll spin up attached instance neighborhoods. So you'll be in a different instance, but it'll still be of the same guild. And if you're just doing a public neighborhood, then you can definitely get the house you want because you can just keep skimming different instances until you find one that has your house available. So if you're not worried about getting a house in a specific neighborhood with like your specific group of friends and you're just trying to get a house in general, then you don't need to worry too much about it because you can just keep rolling it until you get until it's up. Getting a house if you're not in a guild is probably even easier because you can join public neighborhoods and you can just skim through those until you find the house that you like. It'll be filled with strangers, but it'll be the same strangers over time, so you might get to know them eventually. When it's available, there is a short intro quest that walks you through every aspect about getting a house. So they'll tell you how to do it. They're not gonna leave you confused. The game will walk you right through it. No, I don't think my guild is going to charge for houses. Flabby might start like a local protection mafia, but I don't know. I doubt it. I think we're all just joking about that. On beta, your plot was 1,000 gold, I think? I forget. I don't know if the numbers are final either. It might be free. Or it might be, like, just getting your house started is not expensive, relatively speaking. Actually be social in an MMO? Disgusting. Listen, we're on the internet, so we can not deal with people. Free and then 1K to swap to another plot. That sounds right. I know they said in the article that they want everyone who wants a house to have a house. It's not like other games where you have to like wait for one to be available or like fight people for it or like pay to keep it up. Like once you have it, it's yours. And it shouldn't be exclusive to get it. I think the specifics of like which plot specifically isn't going to be that big of a deal. Like, getting one in the kind of aesthetic area that you want, I understand being important, because those areas have quite different vibes. Like in the Alliance neighborhood, the beach ones versus like the autumny fall ones versus the high mountaintop with the river versus like the spooky undead duskwoody kind of place. Like, those are all pretty different vibes. But within each of those like smaller areas, there's quite a few plots, and I feel like there's not. People are probably going to have their heart set on one or another, but I think over time it's just going to be the nostalgia of this is where I've lived. Dueling for plots would be hilarious. Picking out my favorite plots in both neighborhoods, found that I had at least 3 favorites. Like, I would be happy with even my 3rd or 4th choice. Yeah, they're not super different. And of course, inside your house is going to be whatever you want to make it, regardless of where your plot is. My goal is to try not to get hit by things, and to try to heal and shield myself. If we heal anybody else, that's good too, but I'm looking out for number 1 over here. I'm sure I'm still going to die on some bosses. But anybody I can stay up through is going to be good XP. I should have kept on my defensive trinkets, like the backpedaling one, just for the sake of living through raid. And we lived through that one. That's a level. 71. Happy with that. Absolutely smoked. It's funny, I went in with like my shield up and my health full, and the first AoE just took me right out. Chill in the entrance, get all the XP? Maybe. Doesn't sound very fun. We did die. What happened to me? Pangs of guilt. I think I just got targeted. Oh, that wasn't interrupted either. Some of the other people can take a hit. Not so much me. Yeah, I'm not sure about those specifics, Darda. I couldn't say with confidence. They do have some articles they put out over the last year about how housing and neighborhoods work. Let's see, WoW neighborhood. Blog post. Here's the article that they released that talks about neighborhoods and how they work and how the different types of them work. So that'll get you started. I don't know if it'll answer all your questions though. Accounts and have my own private neighborhood. That's a lot of accounts. if we can survive any more bosses. If the boss died super fast, I would maybe be able to get away with, whatchamacallit. Being a Shadow Priest and using Dispersion. The art on that that post is pretty. I've been waiting for my player house for so long, I think I'm gonna panic and freeze when I finally get it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put one flower in the front yard and then be paralyzed. That's good. Another research quest. That'll help. This is the boss. I should figure out who's doing all the damage and then PI them. Okay. Start out with a list of ideas. Don't we like making lists? I don't want to have an abstract idea, though, independent of the decor that's actually going to be available to me, because then I'll just have dreams that I can't have. And the prospect of corralling all of the decor that will be available to me sounds like a lot of work to do in advance. Easier to just kind of look when you actually have it. I don't know. The only good news is there's going to be lots of time to think about it. Okay, we survived. We survived a mechanic so far. Although I have 2 stacks of drenched. Oh! Well, hang on. He's about to die. We need to click this off. So that we could be— No! Oh, man. So close. So close. I want so badly for this to work. I really thought it would. I don't even know where Harjaten is. Maybe I should just give up. Let's just cut our losses and slink out of here. Looked at nothing for housing, but did spend the last 20 minutes looking at an interactive map to pick some plots out. Nice. Yeah, I think having a couple of backup options is a good idea. I should probably look on beta again and like try to think about what I'm actually going to want to do there. Yeah. Hero talents. Sure. Give myself an extra 5% stamina. Level 72. Gonna study player housing builds on Pinterest. Let's do this one. Let's see. Let's head out this way. Make a mood board. That does sound fun. I think I need 10 of these. This is the part that where I get stuck, where I think I'm gonna be done really fast and I'm not. Details toggle. If we get 10 herbs and ore and then we fly through a bunch of the bronze ones, that'll be worth a couple of researches. Those are good for caches. We've got 60k bronze right now. Maybe we'll get a bunch of it from... Maybe we'll get a bunch of bronze from getting to 80 specifically. That could be true. I remember having like 100k bronze per alt. Is that horse still mad at me? No, we're good. 15 rares sounds like too many. We can probably kill another, like, 16 demons. That can probably happen. You can spam the rares. That does work. Did they fix this? Let's see. But 15 of them would be just quite a while. There we go. That'll count for a few. I think this is my last remix alt. I don't think I want to make any more of them. I can't think of anything that I'd really want. If anything, we have a few more than we need already. I mean, partly it was for having a Nightborn alt, but then partly I just kind of wanted to see if it was like good bronze per hour, if it felt like it was going to be good bronze per hour. Those were broken. I think they fixed it. It looked like it worked fine. I remember the big demon with like the eyeballs not working properly, but I think they might have done something to him. Artifact appearances. You didn't know you needed them until now. Do you want the class achievements? No. I can't think of any reason why I would. I have the mounts already. I bought a bunch of the mounts. I actually bought mounts for classes that I then later leveled, but that's okay. Not so bad. It's only 20k bronze each. Oh, apparently there's ore here. Thank goodness for the interact key, huh? No, I think I'm going to end up farming bronze on Crawdad, and I'll probably just end up doing it by running raids. It's not super good bronze per hour, but at least it gives him a bunch of infinite power. And maybe one day I'll wake up and I'll feel like I'm out of my flop era. Maybe? Could happen? I think the people that are done with bronze are people that like, got into the grind of doing their AP, so maybe I just need to pretend that I really want to do it. Oh, this NPC hurts a lot. They're my level. I'm not in Heroic World Tier. I really must be not wearing some upgrades. I think my gear must be behind for my level. I think especially because I'm above 70 and a lot of my gear is probably from pre-70. That's probably part of the problem here. Did I get 10 of these? I did. Okay, so we don't need any more herbs and ore. I do need some demons, but I'm a bit afraid of them now. I've got 2 infinite research quests that we can do. We could also try to do the moats. It's a lot of them, though. Lost Legion demons, 15 of 50. And these only count for 1, unfortunately. Do they give a lot of bronze or something? Yeah. Not too bad. I don't think that's gonna work out. Maybe I should turn in these research quests and see what else we pick up. If I keep finding those packs, then we can probably finish that one. Yeah, nah, it's gonna take forever. We can just go back to Dalaran. We can even probably fly there. It's just right there. Save a... Well, yo, no, we've got a cooldown on the voucher. That's the problem with it. For a second I lost Dalaran. You missed the eyeball exploding into bronze motes. Oh no! I did miss it. I didn't see that at all. Oops. Let's go turn these in. I could do a dungeon. I'm not convinced it's worth it. I wish they would just spec these for me. Maybe they will. Gone for a bit. Guessing someone mentioned the midnight release date announcement. Yeah! Sure did. Pretty exciting. A little surprised that it's all the way out in March. Farther away than I thought it was going to be. Kind of cool. It's not American. I definitely thought it was February by the formatting. Early access might be February. Cash. Yeah, it's a decent amount of bronze. General training's pretty easy generally. Rare elites are kind of hard. Level 73 and a half. I'm trying to figure out which way of getting to 80 is going to be least annoying to me. Why did it seem this far? Might have a longer pre-patch this time around. The side street delve did not use the portal counter for my checklist. Yeah, that was what I found as well. That's what I did when I was working on lists last week. So every time I had to do a delve, I would just... I mean, I didn't get any portals, but I wouldn't take them if I did. Don't trust it. Because I did a random one of those already. We could do a random one of these. It might be slow. Worth a bronze cash, and then it'll get me a boss and some enemies slain. Speaking of which, it's on about... I think I may have messed up. Oh no, it's Vault of the Wardens. Oh no, it's the beginning of Vault of the Wardens. 25, 26, there's one level 80 here. They're a fairly fresh 80. Debating going full druid or warlock for midnight. Can't decide. Next month is going to hurt me since I'll only have up to 1,070 Trader's Tender. Do you like the look of any of the stuff that they've got coming? Is any of it super speaking to you? I think it looks like a pretty good month, personally. I really need that warglaive. The moose! Yeah, I want the mount and the pet, and I might want the other mount, the fox. I want the moose mount, I want the bundled up little walrus pet. I might want the fox, and I might want the outfit that has the big winter coat in it. But maybe if they also sell it in different colors in pieces, I might just buy the coat. Way to learn a party member's versatility? I don't think so. But it's a pretty safe bet that if their item level's not very high, their verse is probably not super far either. Bought a fox from the store at some point, so this is the first month in a while where I spent less than 1k tender. Sky. Trying to figure out if I have it. Because I remember buying some pack from the store, but it had the purple one. I don't know if it had the blue one. Ah, you can check their buffs. Gotcha. I don't think I knew that. I'm not even inspected the halo. Oopsies. Wintermog looks a fair bit like the Tuskar Renown gear. Yeah. That's true. I don't really want, like, the hood with the fur around the face. I just like the coat.
Interrupt.
And the shoulders are kind of nice, too. There's a cool weak aura, which displays the Versa percentage in the party and raid frames. I use that. Nice. Hazel, what do you think of the new popular game Dispatch? I haven't heard of that. For all I know, you invented it. It did not cross my radar. It's not made it in front of my discerning eyes just yet. Is it a game where you play as like a police or ambulance dispatcher? It's like Papers, Please, but with emergency vehicles? You are a superhero dispatcher. Oh. Oh, I forgot. I forgot. Do I have a res? Must do. Do you still play in The Elder Scrolls Online occasionally? I've never played The Elder Scrolls Online. Not once. Superhero Rejects. Oh, that is fun. Telltale type
4,
dialogue game. Pretty
3,
fun. That's cute.
2, 1. Interrupt.
Do I even have it as spell? I must have, but I don't know. Oh.
4, 3,
Yeah, these last couple of
2,
levels are gonna be tough.
1. Interrupt.
This isn't even a heroic dungeon for my Infinite Research quest. It's just a normal one because that's what I hadn't done yet for the day. Thought you did, might be dreaming. You might be thinking of somebody else. I played a little bit of Black Desert. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV. I definitely made a tiny bit of content with each of those. I played a little bit of Guild Wars, but I don't think I ever made it into a video or anything. And that was way back when it first came out, when Guild Wars 2 first came out. So it was a few minutes ago now. When was that? When did Guild Wars 2 come out? 2012. Yeah, that was a hot minute ago. just a casual 13 years. I'm lost. I think they went that way. Came out 2012. Summer of 2012. I was only 2 years out of high school at that point. Crazy. Is it even worth going in to loot that? I don't know if it is. Looking forward to WoW player housing content for you. Aw, shucks. Why did I think it was older? I mean, I'm sure original Guild Wars is much older than that. Yeah, Guild Wars 1 older, for sure. There's an upgrade. Do we think they're releasing anything crazy towards the end of Remix beyond housing stuff, or can I stop farming bronze? It's hard to say. They have another phase listed to start, not next week, but the week following, December 9th. I guess I'm going... How did they do that? Oh, they went down the side pathway. I'm big lost. It's a good job they don't need me. But yeah, I expect that if they do add a bunch more stuff for bronze, they're also going to make it easier to farm bronze at the time. We'll see. We'll see what they have up their sleeves. I'm not expecting much. I think if you're caught up, you can probably stop. I finally caught up, guys. Hi. How's it going? Buy copies of items. If you think you're going to decorate with them, then yeah, for sure. This is not my first character on Lemix now. This is probably 5 or 6. I kind of lost count. Just remembered I need to finish the Sea Spark quest. That's a project. That'll take you a minute. I liked that one. I still need another 3 crackling shards. It's not going in a hurry. I was happy to be done with chat lists though, or done with chat lists for the achievement. I'm still gonna do chat lists with my Undermine weeklies. It's just now that I can afford to turn them in for rep. Feels good. Guilt-free chat list rep turn-ins. Feel your pain with shards. 4 left for me. Removing remix tunes to live. I moved 3 of my remix tunes to live, not for the shard farm, but just to do chat lists on them last week because I was so close to 100. Oopsies, I fell. They can definitely help with shard farming. I suppose we're probably going to have some time for that at some point. I need a bunch more bronze and remix though before I feel finished. I've got a lot of expensive stuff I haven't bought yet. Finished chat? Yeah. I got 100 of them turned in. I think I have 5 shards halfway there. Nice. Yeah, I bet there'll be a bunch of people doing farming groups towards the end of the expansion. People like to clean up goals like that at the very end. Highest drop rate from shards. I think it's not so much about finding the thing with the highest drop rate as it is about finding the things that you can kill the most quickly. So bee and wolf farming in a group, like a skinning group or something, is I think going to be your best shards per hour reliably. Delves are good if you were going to do them anyways. I didn't find delves to be super good just grinding them for their own sake. I think you're better off with the outdoor farm if you're going to do that. And then I liked the rares. Not because it was faster, but just because it also has the benefit of giving you like the rare transmogs. It's decent for resonance crystals. And it means that you don't have to be like in a group chasing people around trying to figure out where all the bodies are. So I was doing that on a couple of characters in and out of war mode to like get the Isle of Dorn rares up, and now I know where they all are. I never thought I'd memorize all the spots, but I'm planning to main my priest, my gnome holy priest in midnight. There is time for me to change my mind. I'll have to see. But barring any upsets, I'm gonna be a priest.
Phase change. Phase change.
A lot of incidental shard farming with both the Seas Bard, Chitin, and the Pollen farms. I got 1 shard while farming Pollen. I was a bit sad it wasn't more. Unless they delete another heal button. There aren't really any left for them to take away. You take away the last one and I'm just going to be there for moral support. 1 shard day 1 of the expansion. Haven't seen another one since. Nice. I was a bit worried that was going to be a mess, and it wasn't that bad. Thanks, people. Brings him to 74. Gloves, bracers. If we turn in 2 quests, that'll let me turn in another one. Give me a new set of assignments. Garden. The actual dungeon itself isn't like a crazy amount of experience, but you get a good chunk from doing the infinite research. And I've got some overlapping goals that I could work on in another dungeon. 75. 5 more levels. Kill a bunch of enemies, 2 bosses. Those are the Lost Legion demons. 780k. Yeah, we might make it to 100k bronze if we're lucky. Depending on which quest we finish here. I don't actually want to do this one. Can I not? Any easy world quest will count for quest done as well. While we wait in queue. I've gotten lucky. I haven't gotten super fast dungeon clears, but they haven't been super slow either. Land up here just so we don't die outside of this dungeon. I'm curious to see what it's going to be like shopping if I'm going to... This is supposedly double counting some things, so I might not need a whole 710k more. Or it's counting things that as needed when I've already collected them. I should make sure I get into healing spec for this. Oh, I've got at least 2 80s. That's a good sign. That's not bad. We're getting some XP. I don't have any mana, but whatever. Optional. And someone is doing plenty of damage, which is great. Love to see it. Good news.
Charging. Move.
I would dispel that if I could find my dispel button. I have my mass dispel button. Oh, there's Purify. Just as soon as it was over anyway.
Charging. Move.
Getting hit by that hurts a decent amount. How do you like the new default raid frames in beta? I've only been in dungeons so far. It's taken me a bit to get used to, but I'm sure it's worse for people who aren't already using default frames. I didn't do any dungeons yet. I only used them in raid testing, and I didn't really like them at all. I found them to feel very different from the old default frames, which kind of threw me because I wasn't expecting them to change that much. I think if I really dig in there and I mess with the settings, I might be able to muck around and make them comfier. I was just using like the default setup. There's probably some options I can change to make them feel a little bit more nice. Kill Kaveza the other day, used an S-Priest like you did. Nice, congratulations. Fellow human who understands my pain. Ready to get max reputations from the Midnight Free level 80 boost, max rep with the cartels. I don't know if it would do that or not. It's a good question. No, the eye icon for out of range is not my favorite. It's way too distracting. It needs to get out of your way a little more. The old way of having the frames fade was fine. I would like to have that as an option. Or even just take the alpha on the eyeball down to like half. It's too much right now. Mad about the out of range icon? There is some chance that happens. Yeah, I think it's pretty widely disliked. I'm sure somebody is on it. Still an option, gotta look at it soon.
Run away.
I think that especially with things, I think there's more time too for them to keep working on the frames, and I think they're going to because they know a lot more people are going to be using the default frames. I think they're probably feeling the pressure to make them functional and to feel reasonable using them. I didn't like, and again, I didn't mess with the settings, so there may be some things I can do to fix this, but the buffs and debuffs it was choosing to show me on the frames were pretty extraneous. I appreciate that we can see more buffs and debuffs on the frame. You need that, especially for like a rested root or something. But it was choosing to prioritize and show things that were pretty not important things, and it was very cluttered. I need to be able to either flag or have them auto flagged.
Watch your step.
I only want to see stuff I can do something about, or that's like really actionable information. I don't need to see that the entire raid has a 3-second dot that happened regardless of everything.
Watch your step.
Used to not tracking much. I'm also used to playing with big debuffs, making any dispellable debuffs huge, and I really want to make sure it can clearly show me who's got something I could take off and where, and what it is. And it can, but like I need to mess with that. I'm used to big debuffs making it like dummy obvious.
Watch your step.
Ooh.
Watch your step.
Wish we could import images so I could hang my paintings in my WoW house, but I think we all know what would happen if they let us do that. Yeah.
Watch your step.
Given what players do every time the game lets you draw with like a trail behind you, I don't know if you guys remember during the WoD intro, there was a quest where you would be leaking like oil behind you, so you had like a little black trail and you could draw with it. I think we all know what WoW players do when allowed to put any image they like. But it's art.
Dispel.
Uh-huh. Games aren't for art. Games are for spending money. I'm afraid. Art, but with fire.
Dispel. Dispel.
Nope. There are lots of gorgeous in-game paintings. I bet you they do more too.
Watch your step.
To be fair to WoW players, they find those drawings in nearly every dig set across the world, but yes, don't trust us because we will draw it. It's nice to think that the desire to draw that is just like an innately human thing. Question is, did the ancient peoples do it out of like reverence,
Watch your step.
sacred rituals, or did they also just think it was hilarious? Just because someone lived a bajillion years ago doesn't mean they didn't have a sense of humor. Both. Getting housing less than 7 days. It's true. Starts that soon. Early access for housing for pre-order is yes. If you've pre-ordered midnight, the housing early access starts next week. 76.5. See if I can survive. Look up the graffiti in Pompeii. Humans have not changed. It's kind of nice. I don't know why I find that vaguely comforting. pre-order the collector's edition, so unless I want to invest more of my money, I get nothing till the release. Oh, right, because you got the physical collector's edition. That is rough. They will refund you the amount as Blizzard balance, but I agree that it is BS that that's how that works. If you pre-order it, when you redeem your code, they'll give you the difference as balance, but that doesn't help you if you wanted it as, like, usable currency in the world. What if Midnight is coming out on my birthday? Of all the expansions I pre-ordered, I'm glad I chose this one to buy up using WoW tokens. Yeah, it's a good one to have in advance, that's for sure. I used to pre-order, but I was never that worried about it until this time. This time the pre-order seems pretty important. Or at least they give me things that I want. Usable currency for game time. You can't buy game time with peanut balance? I guess not.
Run out.
I agree that pre-ordering is icky. It kind of feels like the lesser of 50 evils when it comes to WoW, though. Especially when you... Like, normally pre-ordering is kind of icky because you're committing to purchasing a thing before, like, reviews and general consensus about how it works come out. But, like, I guess depending on who you are. Some people are probably on the fence about whether they're going to play Midnight, but I know I'm going to play it. That's not a surprise. Giving them my money now versus later doesn't really make a wild amount of difference. At least in my own case. It might be different for different people.
Run out.
Pre-order mostly for stuff I get, not because I'm going to play it before the time. Yeah. I mean, for housing, I'm definitely going to play it before the time. It's for the stuff I'm hyped for. You don't get any utility value out of having usage of your own money for 6 months. I mean, was I going to invest my, what is it, $60? Well, I'm Canadian. $100. Was I going to put that one specifically into like a secure yielding bond or something and then redeem it within that amount of months? Like, yeah, true, you could be growing your own money. Maybe they owe us interest or something, but there's a pet. When there's a pet, I pre-order always. They are. Well, of course. I don't think we can ever expect them to behave ethically. I think that ship sailed.
Spread.
Here's our shoes. And should have at least 1 or 2 more quests to turn in. Level 77. What if by buying it earlier we're coming out ahead because of inflation? You know, my $100 might not be worth as much by the time the game actually comes out, huh? Wow. It's your bonus XP? 280 something. And then the extra that you get for 70 to 80. Realized I was not watching live, said bless you to something that happened ages ago. I just figured it was a general blessing. I didn't mind. I thought it was nice. What's in my meal? Any bonus XP? No. Yeah, 293% plus the extra. You get a second buff, 250 for Mortari's Wisdom. 78? Hmm. Could probably do a couple more of these. Are any of the emissaries any good? The Warden's one might actually be pretty easy. Those are usually just kill a boss. I gotta turn off my, turn off handy notes. It's driving me nuts. We're so close, and yet so far. There's one. Here's a Warden's quest. How many, we've got 7 Drake treats, that's something. Also, I need to make sure I use that Bone 60. Getting from 10 to 20, and then from 70 to 80 are the longest parts of leveling an Elton retail. Getting, or remix. 20 to 70, not a problem. Easy pie. No issues. It's just this last little bit. Although I do have 100k bronze to spend, which I think is what I was hoping to get out of leveling a character to 80. Probably not faster than just doing my raids and research on my main though. I think I'll probably do that next time. Lord Kazakh should spawn here. And I will probably want to be in Shadowspec. Hello Hazelnut, first time here. Hello Linda. Welcome, I hope you're having a lovely week. I did my normal raids already today. I did them. That's how I got from 20 to 80. Or 20 to 70 rather. Alliance turn-ins for Pilgrim's Bounty are so annoying, especially Darnassus. The 250% buff on 70, it helps too. I have it. It just doesn't help enough. It does help. It's better than nothing. I'm also refusing to just like quest normally. It wouldn't be a big deal if I just went and did like another artifact quest line or more class order whole stuff. I just really don't want to do that. Good afternoon. How goes your remix adventures? It's going pretty good. We're getting quite close. Maybe I need to talk to this guy or somebody. Yeah. It's getting quite close to being done here. With this alt anyway. I'm 78. My goal is to get him to 80. Oh, my keyboards are all over this. Talk to the undead guy. Oh my god. How are things? They're going pretty good. I nearly have this priest finished. That's worth a little bit. Did a couple of dungeons, did a couple of raids. Trying to maybe do a quickie little emissary, I think will help actually. So get the rest of those would be good. This guy's underground, it looks like. No, he's just right here. We're good. After this, any remix farming, any bronze farming we do this week, I'll just do it on my main. Leveled 7 to 80 new remix, transferred 6, keeping my rogue for the heavy stuff for the bronze. Got all the transmogs, working on mounts now. Nice. I'm trying to get all the transmogs, and then I'm going to start doing the vendor that has the toys. I didn't farm a lot of toys from Argus back in the day, and they're all there, and I want them all, but they're expensive, so I'm procrastinating. That's what I'm doing. Found my old Game Boy today. How did we game like that, man? The screen is tiny. Well, you know what else though is we were tiny, and our faces were like this far from it because we were gaming. Oh, I heard that. Oh, I don't know if the mic heard that. That's a bit too real. Can't do that anymore. We've got one Worthen's Quest here. Oh, yeah. Listen, if we can't be young and hip, we can at least be relatable. Falcosaurus. This one might kind of suck. I don't do that much damage. And I don't know that I even got myself Shadow Crash on this particular halt. I might not have done. I think his AoE might be lacking. That's 22%. How can I not have Shadow Crash? What did I do? Oh no, I have it. It's just not on my bar. That'll help. Thought it was nice to have a small thing that turns on, plays the game. I loved it. I was glued to my Game Boy as a kid. Miss my Nintendo DS a lot lately. Love the Switch, but holding a DS was so much easier for me. I never play my Switch in handheld mode. I know some people do, but mine stays on the TV. I Tetris for hours on my Game Boy as a kid. I was all about Pokemon. Pokemon Gold was the one I put the most time into. Never wanted to be young and hip. I look forward to being a grumpy old person. Release date for midnight? I did hear. I did. March the 2nd. So soon. Is it? I was thinking it was a bit far away. It struck me as being farther in the future than I thought it was going to be. Now, December 2nd is pretty soon. December 2nd feels like it's just right around the corner. Do you think we can survive this? Maybe. I thought it would be much sooner. I thought for sure it was going to be like early February, late January kind of thing. But I don't blame them for wanting to get some time in the new year to work on it. Can't hold Switch when I watch YouTube before falling asleep and travel. That's about it. Some people saw the July date and thought it would be for the spring or summer. Yeah, usually they get it out a few months ahead of their like last published dates. Those are usually pretty far out. Something could be even later. I definitely have more stuff I'm working on in War Within. We'll see how much time I need to play with housing before I'm out of stuff to do. I think it could take a long time. Warden's Quest in this zone, or are we gonna have to go up here? Way up there. Oh, that's Falcosaurs again. What about here? I just want one boss. That one, that's a rare elite one, and that's a bit scary. It's a little spooky. Three emissary. If I get the Orbeez, that might do me. Can't do world bosses yet. March feels much better than February. I think so too. The only conflict I can possibly think of for it coming out in March is I'm gonna want to be gardening. But I'm sure I can find some time to water some plants and start some seeds and stuff. I betcha we can squeeze it in. Pre-patch for expansions is sometimes longer. Just keep an eye out for an explosion of bronze motes. Oh yeah. I did not catch this last time. Whoops. It's not that we want them for the bronze itself, but I had a quest to get 50 of them. Okay, I think we can turn in a couple of quests. Maybe get finished? We'll see. I feel like I just came back to WoW the other day, but it was Season 2 Dragonflight. Time flies. It does. It goes so fast. Seasons 4s and Shadowlands and Dragonflight were my favorite. I loved those. I was quite disappointed they decided not to do one this time around. I don't think we need to fill the time in the same way, but I kind of miss them. It was nice to have the raids come back around one more time. Turbulent time walking, so maybe pre-patch will be all of February. Yeah. X, let me see. Alenia, thanks very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for picking me for your Prime sub. How are we doing? We close? 79 and a half. Pick up a new one if we can. There is a world boss quest. I want to do Humongous because it's going to give me an achievement for some bronze. I never did finish doing all the Broken Isles world bosses, and that's the last one that I didn't do. Definitely don't want to do any of those. Returned to WoW in Season 4 Dragonflight and was a fond memory to experience everything the X-Spec had to offer at a weekly cadence. I loved the last season of Dragonflight. So I need like 2 more bars. 2.5 bars. Any one more of these research quests would work. I swear that Humongous is up, but I don't see his world quest. Oh, he's over there. Oh, okay. We'll go do that. That'll be perfect. That'll get me my experience. It'll get me a bunch of bronze. I don't know if I can get into a group outside of Heroic World Tier, but I think I don't know if I'll make it if I try to do it in Heroic World Tier, so maybe, hopefully someone else is doing it. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. The other thing we could actually do would be any one more, Warden's Quest would get the Emissary done. Aberrus Priest Tier is my absolute favorite preset ever. I remember using pieces of it for my undead. I would mix and match it with the undead heritage armor to make a set. I like that a lot. To 109k bronze. Oh, I could have refreshed my quest with my chrono queries. I forgot about that. I think I'm toasting myself. I shouldn't really worry about trying to do Humongous, but it's just so tempting. Also, I swear they keep putting my dragon riding buttons back on my bar. Maybe I'm doing this in different specs and that's what's going on. Thought you were toasting yourself with a jacket. No, that too. I think I'm hooping myself because I really want to do this world boss because it'll finish a few different quests for me. It'll get me to level 80. It'll get me a bunch of bronze. But I think trying to do this world boss in regular world tier at level 79 is gonna take way longer than I should. I don't think there's gonna be people wanting to do it. I think people that do world bosses do them in heroic world tier. And I could have turned that on, but I don't think it would have been worth it. Well, there's our friend. I certainly cannot solo him. That's not happening. I mean, I could make a group and see if there's anyone else doing it. Pocket Wizard, normal world tier. Yes! Please! I hope I'm not too late. I'm already here. Yeah, world bosses is like the worst part about the heroic world tier. Having them all phased sucks. I hope I make it into this. I might not. But it looks like the group is full, which means there are people that want to do it, which means if I can't get into this, I should be able to make one, and then hopefully people will come by. I might even have a summoning scroll. Yeah, I do have a few summoning scrolls if I need to. Splits up the group. People will sign up even though I noted it was normal. Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed. Some groups will just do it anyway. Like, they'll get a massive group and it's half and half, and then just both groups kill the boss in the instance. Lady Druid Remix, if you need some help, I might. How much versatility you got? I might have to start a group here. I think that one's dead. I think we're gonna start one. We're gonna call it Pocket Wizard Normal World Tier. And then I'm gonna put Humongous in the description just so we know what we're talking about. World boss in Val'sharah. Anyone hearing a buzzing? Something around Hazel? It might be my microphone. If it's just a short time every now and then, that's my sump pump. But yeah, I need to double check my mic. I might need to look for a new cable. Choice of a sump pump. I'm pretty joyous that it's working. I had to replace it and get it professionally installed to get to fix some issues with it, but it's reliable now. Oh yeah. This guy's about to blow up. I think I'll delist because I think this is gonna do it. There we go. Nice. Oh yeah, 11.5k bronze. Because it gave me a bonus infinite knowledge I didn't need. Thank you, everybody. And then that's good for... Oh, it didn't count for any boss slain. I really thought that the world boss would count as a boss. I guess not. Because this... I've got one research quest to turn in. I don't know if it'll do me 2.5. It might. It might not. Also, if I leave this area and come back, it might get this world quest done. And then I could do the emissary. The warden's emissary turn in. Usually works if you just like leave and come back. Forgot to tell you the funniest thing happened to me this weekend. I was soloing an Argus world boss in heroic tier and this DK joins in. The world boss had a mind control mechanic, hit the DK, made him use his Hearthstone to leave the instance. I didn't even know it could do that. That's funny. Okay, so that actually doesn't really count as a warden's world quest. We can just do the Falcosaurs. And that'll definitely finishes up here. I'm surprised that we did as many Lost Legion demons as we did. I kind of thought it was going to be harder to find them. I guess they concentrate in some areas. They seem to count for 2 each. It seems like every time I slap one, it's giving me credit for more than what we're talking about. This is obviously a pack of 3, but yeah, I think I was getting triple credit. Those 2. Yeah, I can probably skip it. I don't think I need to do the Falcosaurs. I think we can just turn this in. Nope, not a scroll summoning. Not an Oswin's voucher. Maybe a regular Hearthstone. Second knee surgery for Kitty next week. He's gonna look so funny with both of his back legs shaved. Oh, poor baby. Usually the Hearthstone doesn't count, but the Legion Remix Hearthstone specifically might have slipped through the data. Oh, that's funny. That colorization of the Kyrian mount. I'm not sure what I was on. I have a random favorite mount button. If I filter to Kyrian, we've got... I should have all of them. Hard to say without knowing which one it was. It might have been from I don't know which one it was. I'm so sorry. Turn this in. Use the Hearthy Pet to Hearthstone back. It's a fun little gimmick. I forgot. I didn't remember. Alright, come on, level 80. Come on, level 80. Yeah, there we go. And then 12.5k bronze, and then 4k. I can turn this in for another 1.5k. Nice. That last one, the dark one. That one drops in Korthia off of a rare. That's a Shadowlands rare drop in Korthia. The drop rates were not too bad on those. Those were all right. Okay, 140k bronze is our final total here, I think. See if there's any more free bronze we get over here. I think you just get a bonus XP. We'll get 10% bonus XP to add to our collection. Affected Epoch Memento, yeah. Bringing us up to 307, but I don't think we need to worry about it too much. Hearthy Pet a separate cooldown? It wouldn't be. It would just share the cooldown with your Hearthstone. I didn't know until just recently when I was told that it works as a Hearthstone at all. Or if I knew, I forgot. Alright, 140k bronze to spend. Let's go shopping. Let's see what we can do here. I think I'm mainly working here. I've got 6 more of these. I don't think well, no, I do, don't I? Yeah, I do. It says I know it, but there's definitely appearances there that I don't, so it's good to learn it. Oh, I just spawned one. 28 out of 100. 30 out of 97. Germbug, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thanks for picking me. God, everything still have 1.5 mil. And I wish I had that problem. Okay, so now I'm down to 20, so I can't afford any more of these sets. But I can pull that bronze onto Crawdad so that he can use it. We're getting there. I need, what is it, 3, 4 more of these sets. So another 90. And then I think the rest of the stuff I need is over here. 190, 290, and then another 160, 300. Yeah, I like a little under half a mil more for me. I have no patience. This is my remix main. Those toys better be, for the amount of bronze they want for them, they better be really cool. I'm really close to being able to buy another set, but not quite. Did not know about Hearthy, only 72 away from him. I have my plans for today. Nice. Alright, what does he have? What does he want to do? We've got quests that for random, normal, and heroic dungeons. And then those are also good for a bronze cache. And at least you know you're going to be doing some damage in them. I may not be super kitted out, but I'm 740 and I've got 200% burst now. Coming along a little bit. Wish I could give you my extra bronze. So I have 15 minutes. I'm trying to think of what raid I might want to do. With that amount of time left, anyway. I mean, I am in queue for attention. I don't know if I really want to do that. It's gonna take too long. Could do a nice fast Emerald Nightmare. It's not the correct choice because it's a first tier raid, so it probably gives the least amount of bronze. I don't know if the bronze scales up with the future raids. I know you get more fragmented mementos from the later raids. They're better for your artifact power. Cathedral of Eternal Night makes you dizzy with all those stairs. Yeah, I think I'm done leveling alts, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to get all my bronze, but whatever I do, I'm going to do it on this guy. It's probably going to be a bunch of infinite research. A bunch of raids. Minor bronze caches for your random daily heroic. It's not that much. It's okay. Maybe I should do normal so I can give back to the community. There weren't a whole lot of carries in my normal raids. Although, I think it's a bit rich if I think I'm a carry. I don't think that's really true. Argus metas, yeah. Yeah, it was no problem. I just got the rep done in the dungeon and that was good. That was all we needed. Warden's quest over here. Join the Versus Addictive Crack Club, farm all the things. I kind of wish I was into the verse farming because that would really take my mind off of bronze farming. I think it would be much more satisfying to do raids for verse because then you would feel like you're progressing a lot faster. Doing them for bronze feels slow. Forgot it after worrying about the Legion assaults. What would it take for you to become a full-time old-school RuneScape streamer? $20 million. I've never played RuneScape in my life. It would be a big pivot for me. I have not tried the Sentinx portal farms. They did not sound fun. It did not sound fun at all. They are soul crushing. Yeah, nobody's really selling me on it. The power. I like my soul. It's not crushed yet. It's still squishy and fresh. I'm surprised that rare took me as long as it did. 200% verse on my weapon. Not great. Could be worse. Not awful. I gotta remember that I don't really need my, whatchamacallits. My gear. This character is not gonna turn into anything that I need my gears done. Move my chair without running over my cat. Even if I get 1,000 versatility, I'm still not going to do very good damage in raids because my pet's not going to make it there. Feel bad for RuneScape. I did like it a lot until I tried it well, but all I remember doing is fishing. Dying to skeletons or zombies or something. Yeah. I think I have higher expectations of games nowadays. When I was young, I would play anything just because it was what I had, and I had so much time to kill and so much extra energy that just needed to go somewhere. And at this point in my life, not so much in the extra energy. Or especially the time, really. I couldn't tell you why I wanted to do Emerald Nightmare. This is where I want to be, but I couldn't really explain it. I don't think I'm going to be finished in 10 minutes, although it won't take a crazy long time, I don't think. Doesn't look like it's a huge group. We're getting summons out already. This Legion was a great X-Pack. People did like it. It's not really high ranked on my list, but it's fine. It'll do. What did I like about Legion? I like Val'sharah. Maybe that's why I want to do this raid. This raid was one of my favorite raids in Legion. Minus the artifact weapon grind. I hated legendaries. Whole Legion legendaries upset me. I didn't get lucky. I got my best legendaries like last, and the rest of my raid all had theirs. And I was playing so much, and it felt like no matter what I did, I couldn't get the legendary that I needed for my class to function. Other people would like be complaining about getting their like, oh man, legendaries were not fun for me. It's because everyone can appreciate big himbo scenarios. Twin Dragons as a Shadow Priest in peak Surrender to Madness era, which was when this raid was current, was so fun. Oh, I loved it. I want to give solo raiding Mythics a try when my verse gets above 900. Probably some bosses where it's not possible. Move to targets like DHs, you're basically a loot monkey tagging along. Yeah, I don't expect myself to be terribly high in the list of DPS in here. Surrender to Madness was a talent that you could take as a Shadow Priest. And it was during a time in which you could extend your Void form by playing it really well. So a really good Shadow Priest would get a longer Void form by using their buttons really efficiently and therefore do a lot more damage. Surrender to Madness was a cooldown that you would press, and it would make all of your... It would make it possible to extend your Void form really long. Because it gave you like a ton of generation, it was a ton of damage. But the trick was, when it ended, you would die. Once your Void form exited, which it could happen very quickly, especially if you had to move, or if you missed a GCD, or if you got CC'd or something, if your Void form ended, you were dead. It was so funny. So you would time it. You would try to time it so that your maximum length Void form would end right around when the boss died, because that was the way you could have Void form up the longest and do the most damage. So you were trying to figure out where in the fight to press this thing so that you could get the longest Void form you could and die at the same time as the boss. You went through a lot of gold and like consumables and stuff because we didn't have deathless food back then. and you were dying on every fight. And every now and then I would accidentally fat finger my Surrender to Madness way too early in the fight, and you would just hear me in Ventrilo being like, oh frick. I'm gonna need a battle res. It was very high risk and very high reward, and it was so fun. And it was so much damage on some fights. The reason it was fun in Twin Dragons is because you could multi-dot them. You could sort of split yourself between them, dance back and forth, and keep dots up on both of them and get a much longer Void form that way. It would be really cool. Hazel in chat, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It was impossible to balance, though, because in the hands of a really good player, it would do just bonko damage, but in the hands of most people, it would be just a way to do nothing and die. So you couldn't really balance it to make the risk worth the reward without completely blowing up the top end of the gameplay where people were doing it perfectly. Best way to do twins fight in Original Legion. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Choosing Surrender to Madness. It was so fun. Hi, Hazel in chat. Happy Wednesday. What is my oldest achievement? I don't know how to figure that out. It's probably from 2009, which is when I started playing. I don't know of any way to filter and sort my achievements by age or date. It's probably leveling to 10 if I had to guess. That's most likely the thing that I got first. I remember vividly being very new at the game and getting my first achievement, which I think was leveling to 10. But I remember getting an achievement and then asking my friends, hey, what's this? This thing just popped up. They're like, oh, you got an achievement. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Do I get anything? And they're like, no, just points. And I'm like, well, what can I buy with the points? Nothing. It's just to say you achieved it. And I thought, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I was so mad at the concept of it. I thought it was prime dumb. It's like, so you can just get people to do infinite busy work just because you told them that it was a good idea? I say. 16 years later. Friend just gifted me the Epic Edition of Midnight. Nice. At 47k points, and I also don't know why I do it. To this day, I don't like doing achievements just for the points. I like doing achievements when there's other stuff on them. I like doing them if they're fun. Like some achievements, you'll see them and you'll be like, oh, that just sounds like a fun thing to go for. But I've never put much stock in my achievement points. Season 1, I don't know exactly when it's gonna start. Usually they give you a week or two to level. Welcome to RuneScape. Infinite busy work. I'm having a hard time keeping up and I'm on my maid. I feel like I didn't do Il'gynoth yet. I don't know where I'm going. Is it this way? It might be. I haven't been this lost in Emerald Nightmare in a while. This is not Il'gynoth. This is the one we just did. Oh no, someone followed me. Oh, don't follow me. I don't know where I'm going. We did this one already. They're gonna be coming out of Ungrove Crater. What are you trying to get? Bronze. Power. Memories. First read the Going Down achievement, I thought, what's that? There's no way. And nowadays I blink and I'll get it. It used to be harder to get Going Down. It used to not allow you to cheat in as many ways as you can these days. At least this boss gives you lots of time to catch up. Found an achievement from 2008 for the Spirited Competition event. I think that's my earliest. Level 10 characters earned. Well, it says I earned it in 2025 in October. That's not the first time that I earned it. That was like a month ago. Player housing is coming next week to WoW. It is nearly here, but it's not in yet. Have any old feats of strength? Few of them. Hazel's a newbie. Started last month. Doing great. Actually, check you need a character without level 10. Sometimes it's fun to just page through your stats tab at the bottom of achievements. Sometimes there's stuff in here that you wouldn't think to look at. And not the character stuff, that's just crawdads. Not going to be very fun. Some of these are character specific. Some of them aren't. Maybe they're all character specific. Are you excited for it? You seem like the kind of player who would love player housing. Yeah, I am excited. You have me pegged. Man of Time Summoned is a fun one. For some reason I thought more of those statistics were account-wide. They might be more interesting to look at on my main, but not so useful on Crawdad. He's a baby. Shame, seems like Blood Elf and Night Elf Outside House and Decor only coming out when midnight releases. Yeah. It's a pretty big time gap. I have to decide what I want my house to look like. When I was doing it on beta, I was doing a lot of different styles and none of it worked. None of it felt very cohesive or matching. I might go rustic. But not like all the way to log cabin rustic. I don't know. Discovered you could decorate the outside of your house while using Zen Flight and it's so fun. Oh, that would make it way easier. Anyone on their mat with static flying, but I thought it was cuter with Zen Flight. I love the image of like a little monk who's just kind of like bobbing around, putting vines on their house, you know. I wish I could Zen Flight in real life. It would make it much easier to clean my gutters. Here's Avius. Good stuff. Well, I think I'm just gonna take him home. We're gonna wrap up for the day. I will be back tomorrow, though. Sometime this week I want to do my Wriggling Pinnacle cache on stream, but I think I'm mainly gonna be trying to get bronze in different ways to finish up our shopping here. I'm almost done with the transmog sets. I'm nearly done with the vendor sets. Just a little bit more of all this. But I need a couple hundred K bronze for the rest of the toys that I need, which is going to take me a bit. Inside the house you can kind of Minecraft it by jumping on a random platform, moving it up and down if you need a better vantage point. That makes sense. Okie dokie, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your company. I hope if you guys that are starting to do your Thanksgiving festivities, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm going to be streaming all week, so I'll be back tomorrow morning. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.